Hi, welcome to How to Repair. Today we've got a Beko tumble dryer in the workshop and it's not heating. This is a vented tumble dryer, but the actual repair will apply to condenser tumble dryers as well. Now the first thing you need to do is understand when your tumble dryer is not heating, what's going on. Now with most people now having smart meters, you are able to see the amount of electricity being drawn when you turn the power on in the house. And this would actually give you a good indication if your tumble dryer is working. So let me just show you what I mean. Turn the tumble dryer on, turn it to high heat setting, press start. Now on your meter you will see the amount of electricity being drawn. Now this is only drawing 162 watts at the moment, and that's because of the motor. If the heater was working, you should be seeing somewhere between 2 and 2.5 kilowatt, which would be about 8-9 amp. This means that the heater system is not drawing any power. We either have a fault with the heater or one of the thermostats. And if we're very lucky, on some of these tumble dryers, they have a hidden reset thermostat, which only means you need to press a button to reset it. And this will cost you absolutely nothing. But the reason why tumble dryers blow thermostats is people open the door mid-cycle, checking the clothes, they don't clean the filter system correctly, or they do not allow the machine to have its final 10 minutes cooling down period, because whatever cycle you turn the machine onto, the last 10 minutes of the cycle is where the heater is disconnected and the machine is just blowing cold air to actually dissipate the heat from around the element. And this is very important, because if you just turn the machine off, these thermostats can go over temperature and therefore cause them to blow. So let's take the heating system off and have a look. Okay, to get at the heating system we need to remove this back panel. But before I start, what I'm talking about is the amount of fluff that is built up inside these vent tubes and at the front at the filter. And we'll clean all that out after we find the fault with the machine. So first we'll take the back panel off. Okay, to test the heater you need your multimeter, and we're going to turn this to continuity and ohms. Turn the meter on, always check your meter first, we've got continuity. I'm going to take one wire off each of the thermostats and check these thermostats first. According to the manual, the left-hand thermostat is a cycling thermostat. This would normally operate at somewhere between 70-80 degrees or whatever the manufacturer's setting is on this. And what actually happens is the heater cuts in, gets hot. Once it reaches the desired temperature, this thermostat disconnects the heater. And we need to test across this one, and we have continuity. That means that this is in good condition. The next one is a cutout thermostat, and there is no reading on this at all. But if you look closely, there is a little button on the end of a thermostat. Some thermostats have a little hole where you need to put a pin in, and some thermostats or cutout thermostats are unable to be reset. But if we test across this one, we've got no continuity. But if I press this button and listen, there was a click. This means now this thermostat or cutout thermostat is reset and is now working correctly. That was the fault with the machine. Now I'm not going to take the heater off in this video, there's no point. You've got many videos on the website to show you how to test the elements using Ohm's law. Basically the element normally has two fields, a high heat and a low heat. At low heat it would be drawing somewhere in the region of 1200 watts. At high heat it would be drawing somewhere in between 2000 and 2500 watts, depending on the tumble dryer. So we'll put these two back on, then we'll turn the machine round, give it a good clean through the ducting system, and we'll then put the machine on test. But that has solved the problem. And as I said, if it keeps clicking out, it means normally you have a problem with the airflow in the machine. One of the things to always check, Don't just check the machine, you also have a pipe that attaches to this and normally goes through a wall or through a window. Make sure that that pipe is also clean. Okay, before we bolt the machine together, I suggest you really do give this a good clean inside this cavity, also up the tube, and then we'll go to the front of the machine. We also have special attachments for vacuum cleaners, which are micro vacuum tube, and this allows me to get right up the tube to get rid of any fluff. Just to replace the back. In some bad cases, it would be worth stripping the whole machine down to really clean inside the machine, but this wasn't in too bad a condition. I think it was a blockage in the system that was causing most of the problem. Okay, on the filter you can see that there's fluff buildup, and we've got quite a bit of fluff on the filter. But if we look down the hole here, and I'll move the camera for you, you can actually see the fluff buildup, and there is a great big lump of it. And this is what restricts the airflow and stops the machine from venting the air, therefore causing it to overheat. We need to get the vacuum cleaner or the micro pipe down there and clean everything right up. And as you can see, not only have I cleaned up the whole filter system, you know, this should be done on a regular basis, and the more you keep it clean, the more energy that you'll save, and saving you money and drying the clothes faster. And there you go, a little bit of preventive maintenance by cleaning the machine out, able to reset this thermostat. Could have damaged the heating system, but let me just show you the heater working correctly so you know what you're looking for at your own house. Turn the machine on, turn it on to low heat first, and we'll press the start button, and the wattage jumps up to 160. Now it's at 1745 watts. That's on half heat. If I turn the machine off again and turn it back on, turn off the low heat, press start again, and we should see the wattage go up. And there we go, 2400 watts this machine is drawing with the full heat on. So it's 1700 watts for half heat and 2400 watts or just under for full heat. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to buy the parts off us, as that's what keeps us going and able to make these videos for you. And you can always support the website by clicking on the subscribe button or donating to the website by clicking on the Buy Paul a Beer page. Thanks very much indeed for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.